Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom, and welcome to the Big Honker Podcast, brought to you by Shin Gear. I'm Jeff Stanfield with the world-famous Andy Shaver.
They got good shit over at Shin Gear. A lot of new stuff coming out from Shin Gear, so go check them out, shingear.com.
Blue camo and everything. With us today, former Texas Longhorn, hook 'em horns, baby, and Atlanta Braves starting pitcher, 2023 Major League Baseball All-Star. The only person in this room that's famous other than me right here, Mr. Bryce. How are you doing, Bryce Elder?
Pretty good. How are y'all?
Doing good. Where are you at right now?
Northport, Florida, down here for spring training.
How is it already spring training? It's
fucking March tomorrow.
30 degrees out here. When did you have to report?
February 13th, I got down here.
Well, happy Valentine's Day.
Gosh almighty.
Oh yeah. She was. She misses it every year.
How many? When have y'all started? Y'all haven't started games yet, though, have you?
Yeah, we started games a week ago.
No shit. So you're already playing baseball. I feel for you guys in baseball because it's a freaking marathon. That is a long season from February 12th. If you go to the World Series, you're gonna be playing until about October 12th. So you get off basically November, December, and January.
Yeah, well, even I think this year the World Series went to November 3rd or 4th. When I think the Rangers won it, beginning of November.
How is it even possible to stay fresh with that long of a season?
You don't. I mean, I think as a pitcher, we get 4 days, 5 days off in between. But when I started playing professionally, like the respect I have for the position players it's nothing like I've ever seen before. I mean, these guys play every single day for 162 games in 180 days, and they're on their feet. They're hitting batting practice. I mean, you don't just show up to the game, and play. I mean, we're at the field every day at noon. The position players are doing stuff at 1 p.m., then they kind of get off their feet, eat, and then they're back at it for the game that night. And then you fly somewhere, different city, and you do it the next day again. It's just nonstop. So it's a lot of fun, though. I can't complain, but those guys get after it.
No, there's 100 million people in our country that would change lives with you in a heartbeat to do what you're experiencing, but it is a job, and people don't realize how much you work. And I never thought about that. You're kind of the lazy guy. You get some days off. Those poor, like Jose Altuve, he ain't getting, that little sucker ain't getting no days off at all.
Nope. Every day they go at it.
And there's no, what do they do in the NFL? What's it called in the NBA? What they do, all that shit where them lazy fuckers get off half the season, basically. What do they call that? Load management. Oh
yeah, load management. Yeah, no.
Load management, your ass up to Allsup's and serve hot burritos all day to people, and then you fucking see how many days you get off. You guys in baseball, baseball players don't get load management. Very seldom does somebody get a day off.
No, you gotta. I've only been on the Braves, but I think it's pretty common league wide that unless something, if you got a tight back or tight hammy, you get a day off. But other than that, it's you're going at it.
Now, is there still a bunch of people that go to spring training? Like back in the day, my grandfather loved baseball. He was a radio baseball guy. Grew up listening to the Royals in Kansas City. He listened to them in his garage. If he was fishing, the radio was on. It was baseball. But he would have loved to have gone to spring training. There's a bunch of people that used to go to spring training. Are those games still real popular like it used to be?
Yeah, I mean, the other day, I think I threw at the first home game. And, I mean, I don't know how many people the stadium holds, but it was completely full. It's a lot of – well, this is where we're at in Northport. It's all just like snowbirds, and so we were playing the Red Sox, and there's way more Red Sox fans than Braves fans, obviously. But I mean, it's packed. Everybody's there, and I don't know. It's just the springtime. It's baseball season. It's sunny and 75 every day here, and so everybody's excited, ready to go. So yeah, they're packed out.
What's your mindset for a spring training game? I mean, are you just trying to get a couple of good reps in and kind of hit your stride and then walk away? What are you wanting out of this?
Well, I mean, I think. The goal every spring training is whatever the last day of spring training is. I think it's March 27th this year. Is in this month and a half, be as good as you can be come March 27th. Have yourself prepared for the whole season. I think you're in different situations. I'm still a younger guy, so I'm still competing for a spot, and a lot of people, unless you're a superstar, you're competing for a spot. I don't care who it is. If you don't play good, they'll find somebody else. So at the same time of that, I'm being prepared to go to the season, but also like I got to perform. I gotta throw well. And so it's welcome to it. It came quick, but you also got to go out there and compete and get people out.
So you still have options where they can send you to AAA or AA, right?
Yes.
You're an all-star pitcher for the Braves. The Braves have a lot of depth, probably as good a depth as any organization in baseball. And I'm not a big baseball guy, and you know that. We talked about that when you were hunting with us and stuff. Yeah. What are you're pretty much, I read some stuff that you're pretty much locked in on the rotation though, aren't you? Unless you get hurt.
I'm telling you, yes, it's a crazy game. You got to go out and do it every day. You can't, you can have bad days. We're human, but you got to go perform. You got to get it done. And if you're not, it doesn't matter how good you are, they'll find somebody else. So that's kind of the mindset I take into it. I got to handle my business accordingly. And if I do, I like my chances at the fifth spot, but I got to go do that.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, I'm kind of pissed off at you, Bryce. I didn't tell you this when you left last time, but I liked you. You were a very humble young man. My wife loved you to death. I was thinking about trading in Andy for you as another son is what we were doing. But you're going to force my ass to have to watch fucking baseball this summer. Because when you're pitching for the Braves, I'm going to watch the game. And
I appreciate that.
It's tough. That's how big a fan I am now that I'm actually going to watch baseball every fifth game the Braves pay to watch you pitch. So I can tell people, I know that young man right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my buddies.
Yeah.
Well, you really fucked that up. Why did he go high and inside?
Yeah. Yeah, he coached me from the couch. He called me after the game.
Yeah, I would never do that to you.
No. So what's the load management like in spring training? Like, during the regular season, it's every fifth day you're getting a start. Is it the same in spring training?
Yeah. So the other day I threw, I think last Sunday or this past Sunday, I threw 2 innings. I'm actually throwing tomorrow, and I throw 3 innings, 50 pitches, whichever one comes first. And then they're getting us on the routine of pitch, off day. Most people throw their bullpens on day 2. I throw mine on day 3. So I go pitch, off day, which I'm not doing nothing. I'm doing stuff, but it's
right.
Lighter days.
Yeah.
Bullpen on day 4, I guess it is. Off the 5th day, then you pitch again. So it's load management as far as innings, but we're getting onto a pitch, a couple days off, bullpen, day off, pitch. So we're getting geared up, ready to go, just like it'll be all year.
What's the most pitches you've thrown in a game?
In the big leagues or my whole life?
Both.
I think 115 in my whole life, and I think 106 in the big leagues.
Did you notice, like, is 100 pitches kind of the cutoff point? Is that like a truck and like 100,000 miles stuff's just going to start going to shit?
I think over time they've kind of figured out, back in the day, Nolan Ryan used to throw like 200 pitches a game, whatever. But over time, with all the new research and all the data and everything, they lean towards about 100 pitches is kind of when you see performance and like stuff kind of really start to dip. But yeah, you can feel it. You run out there for hopefully you're late in the game at that point. But, the 7th, 8th, 9th inning, you can tell like you're tired. You get real tired. So you can tell for sure.
So I want to talk to you about this because Jeff and I were just talking about this on a recent podcast, and it's the amount of young kids, 11, 12, 13 years old, the amount of kids that we're seeing now that require Tommy John surgery. It's off the charts now. Yeah. As a professional pitcher, you're at the top echelon of people that will ever throw a baseball. You've made it to the big leagues. You're an all-star. What are we doing wrong here?
I think as a whole, it's and I don't think it's a bad thing to lean into it a little bit. But I think it's as a whole, the chasing the velocity. Mm-hmm. I think when you're 18 years old and you're out of high school and your body's getting more developed, obviously, I guess we're not fully developed till 25, 26, whatever. Right. But as a 13-year-old kid who just hit puberty, like this guy can hardly, like, you're not athletic. Like, you not developed. You have no idea what your body's doing, and you're going to be out here trying to throw a baseball as hard as you can. And so it's creating problems. And also there's the new, for anybody who knows baseball, there's like weighted balls you throw. There's weighted ball programs. And so it's heavier baseballs, and people get these throwing programs, and they're great if you know how to do them correctly. But I'm going to be willing to bet 13, 14, 15, 16-year-olds, 17, maybe even 18-year-olds. I know me, I wouldn't have been able to do it. If you can stay focused and pay attention really, really well and do every single rep right, they're great. But as soon as you start getting a 4-ounce ball, which a lot of people don't realize, the lighter the ball, the more dangerous it is, because the faster it allows your arm to go. Mm-hmm. The heavier it is, your body won't let you get into those range of motions, so it's not as dangerous. But you get kids that don't know what they're doing, and they're out there slinging these balls, and it's dangerous is what it boils down to. But I think overall it's the chasing of velocity. You see this guy's throwing 100 now. Like, I got a teammate, Spencer Strider, this guy throws 98 to 100 every time. And so people see that and they're like, "Oh, I want to do that." Well, it's not that simple. If you're just driving down the road, 100 miles an hour with no steering wheel, good luck. You got to have a plan. And I don't think a lot of people understand how to do it. And that's why we're seeing a lot of injuries.
How much faster can you make your top end speed on some of these programs? Like, how many miles an hour would you gain?
I've seen some guys, be 89, 91, and then they do some weighted ball stuff, and over a 1.5 to 2 year period, they're 95 to 97. Like, if done correctly, I mean, I've seen guys go from being just average, very average, to like making hundreds of millions of dollars. Like, it's not like, I see why people want to chase it, but like I said, you got to have a plan. Like, it can change your life if done correctly. It's that big a deal. It can get you to college, get you free college. It can get you money in the draft. I mean, it can get you a big league contract. Like, it's a real thing. It's just a matter of doing it properly.
All I envision is a bunch of those dumbass freshman and sophomore kids, just like with a shot put, basically, just out there, just like fucking around and chunking shit.
Oh yeah, throwing it at each other and everything. Oh yeah,
right. Yeah, that's all I can envision.
So going into the year, the Braves are one of the top teams in baseball. I hate the Los Angeles Dodgers. I don't even watch baseball that much, but I'm not a fan of them. They got the little Japanese kid from the Angels, right? Should Johnny, however the hell you say.
He's not a little Japanese kid.
Is he a big guy?
He's a big human.
Is he?
Oh yeah, he's a freak. He's unbelievable.
So this ain't the guy tattooed that's saying "deplane" on Treasure Island. This is a big man. I've never seen him in person, but so he's a big man.
No. Yeah. So they have Ohtani, and then they signed another guy. They signed I think 11-year, $325 million deal. He's another Japanese. He's just a pitcher. And he's really good too. He's 98 to 101, and with the split, it's like out of splitter, and his form of changeup, and he's really good too. But yeah, the Ohtani's who you're talking about. No, he's like 6'4", probably like 230.
Yeah,
he's a big guy.
I say yes sir to him if I see him somewhere. What's the old man that's in their rotation? The kid from Highland Park, the rich kid.
Oh, Clayton Kershaw.
And he's still there too, right?
Yep, still there.
So the Dodgers and the Braves, the Phillies are really good, right?
Yeah.
Are those the big three in the National League that we got to worry about, or is there somebody else?
Probably so. Us three.
Okay.
The Arizona's really good. Arizona played Texas in the World Series last year.
Were you growing up in the Metroplex area? You grew up in Decatur, right outside of Dallas, Fort Worth, or outside of Fort Worth, because Dallas is fucking Los Angeles. We don't consider it Texas anymore, but outside of Fort Worth. Were you a Ranger fan growing up?
Absolutely. I remember, back in the day in 2010, 2011 when
Josh Hamilton
Atlanta,
days.
they had Josh Hamilton, Mike Napoli. Yeah, I mean, the list goes on. Michael Young, all of them, Ian Kinsler. When they were there, I remember at school, like watching like on the teachers, like computer, but that was before we had phones and everything, or we were just starting to get phones. But I remember being at church too. We had this like Wednesday night, we'd go early and we had the game on, and that's all we did, watched them, rooted them on.
And had to lose to the fucking San Francisco Giants and the St. Louis Cardinals back-to-back years.
Yeah.
So
David Freese.
So you were pulling for the Rangers in the World Series then?
Yeah, I mean a little bit. People
put
ask
him on
me
the
all
spot
that
here.
Decatur. The people are always like, "Oh, you rooting for the Rangers?" I'm like, I've watched 3 pitches of the whole World Series. Like something about like I always be a Rangers fan. I'd love to play for them one day, maybe way down the road. I mean, if I can't play with the Braves forever because I love the Braves, it's a great organization. But I just something about playing them this year and we beat them and like just how it ended. I got to be honest, I wasn't rooting for either one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch any of it. I don't want to say it ruined it for me, but I had no. I mean, I'm pulling for the Rangers just because I'm a Rangers fan. But outside of that, I got to be honest, I wasn't rooting for any of them.
Well, I don't know. I don't keep up with it much, but I'm telling you right now, before the season starts, the Houston Astros will be right in the middle of it to see who goes to World Series in the American League again. They can cheat. They can bang trash cans. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do. But they've got a lot of talent, and every year they're right in the middle of it. And that little sawed-off little fucker that plays for them,
Altuve.
Oh, he's a freaking stud.
Baseball playing Jack.
He's unbelievable.
Have you pitched against him?
In spring training. He was hurt this past year when I pitched against him.
He's got a small strike zone.
Yeah, but he can.
He can jack a ball so fast. Woo! He's a pound for pound the best athlete in America. He's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
So is 100 mile an hour?
Maybe not even pound for pound. He might be one of the best hitters.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah, he's best hitters. But pound for pound, he's the best athlete in the world. I mean, it's amazing what he can do because he's not I'm not making fun of him, but because he is not, was he 5'6"?
Little guy, yeah.
5'8", maybe?
Maybe, yeah. No, he's not 5'8".
He's small. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's very undersized, but boy, he is a competitor, and that's back to the deal earlier. We talked on another podcast about it. If you're 5'6", you ain't playing in the NBA or playing fucking football.
Yeah, he's 5'6".
Yeah, but you can play in baseball because it's more of a baseball's a team sport, but it's a lot of very independent sport also.
Yep. No
he's
doubt.
just so violent when he swings the bat.
Yeah, but it's violent, but there sure is a lot of control in there.
100%. Like you watch him swing a bat, and you're just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So when's the next game you pitch in?
Tomorrow.
Who y'all playing?
Yep. The Orioles.
Well, they're going to be a good team. They were pretty good last year too.
They are.
Do they?
Yeah, they're in the AL.
Will you play their stars, or y'all playing? Is it a mixed match deal with 3 AAA and AA kids with the big stars, or?
It'll be. I got to be honest with spring training. You never know. Mm-hmm. I don't know the lineup until they walk up to the plate in spring training. There's not a ton of game planning done. I'm sure they'll have some of their big league guys because it's in Northport at home for us, and so they're close. So they'll send some of their guys, but I don't know if it'll be like their whole lineup. It'll probably be 50-50.
It's 6 weeks too long. I mean, this seems like a lot of baseball that you're putting yourself at a greater risk for injury. 6 weeks. I mean, you look at it's just a long time.
Yes, it's too long, but that's our fault as starting pitchers. But really, the camp probably could be about 3 weeks. But with starting pitchers, we're the ones that have to get built up. So 6 weeks is enough for us. Everybody else, it's way too long.
Oh, really? So it's y'all's fault?
Yeah, it's our fault.
Because you've got to build up your endurance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Slowly but surely. Because if you just go from there's no way to simulate game stuff without throwing in games.
Yeah. And
you can't just go from throwing a live batting practice against your own guys to out in a game and expect to throw, 80 pitches. That would result in a lot of injuries. So that's why we have to build up so slow, and that's what takes so long. So it's on the starting pitcher.
Well, you fucked that up for us.
So does a guy like Ronald Acuna? Does he really put much into spring training other than because he knows where he's at before the season starts, right?
Yeah, his deal is like he's trying to be ready to go March 27th. Like, that's his deal. Whether it's showing up at 5 a.m., showing up at 10 a.m., working out this day, not working out this day, doing a ton, doing nothing, whatever. His deal is to be ready to go on opening day. Other than that, that's all he's worried about. Whatever gets him into his full form, that's it.
Does Max Fried the same way, or is he more?
Yeah.
Because those guys that are anchored in, they're not worried about it. If they go out and give up 5 dingers tomorrow in a spring training game, it's not that big a deal because he knows where he's set.
Exactly. He's just worried about what went wrong and how he's going to fix it. Which essentially that's what I'm doing too. I mean, you can't worry about what's going to happen. All I can control is what I can control. But it's just a matter of he ain't worried about that. He's worried about being ready to go opening day if he's doing opening day.
In my lifetime, one of the greatest pitchers of all times was a former Brave, Greg Maddux. Does he float around spring training? Do y'all ever see him ever?
He doesn't. I've never seen him around the facility, even in Atlanta. And I try to pitch like him. Obviously, I'm not as good as him, but I don't throw hard. That's what I try to pitch like. And so I tried to get a hold of him. Supposedly he was going to come to alumni like weekend last year in Atlanta. He didn't come. So finally his catcher that caught him in Atlanta, Eddie Perez, he's still with our staff. I was like, Eddie, can I get his number? He didn't give me his number. I was like, Eddie, let me call him. Finally, I got his number, called him. He didn't answer. I was like, damn.
Now what?
I called him again like a week later. Nothing. I'm like, Eddie, what do you got here? I thought you told this guy I was trying to call him. And then one day Eddie was like, call him again. And he called me and was like, hey, Bryce, I'm sorry. Like, I've been, seeing your calls. I've been busy. I've been trying to get back to you. Like, call me whenever. And now I call him whenever and he answers. So I've been able to talk to him. Some of the stuff he says is unbelievable.
Well, hell, I could have given you his number. I've got it. If I'd have known that.
Oh, well, I should have called you.
Should have called you first.
Anytime you need some help with anybody famous, let me know, and I'll see if I can help you out a little bit, okay?
What wisdom do you try to get passed on? I mean, like, what are you asking? I mean, you don't have to go into like personal, conversations, but I mean, is it just, are you more focused on the longevity of his career? Is it how his approach to Major League Baseball?
I mean, I think really like anything, like that's what's so crazy about sports to me is like you can be talking about something completely not pertaining to baseball, and that helps you in baseball,
right,
or in any sport really. But one of the best things he ever told me was and it's the most like obvious thing ever for like I think y'all know baseball well enough to get this, is like he watched one of my games and he was like, all right, yeah, I saw you throwing this fastball, and we both. So I throw the same kind of fastball as him. It's like a sinking fastball. It's not a like one that gets swing and misses. It's a sinking fastball. And so he asked me. He was like, "Hey, I was asking about the change, when to throw the change up off of the sinker." And I asked him that, and all of a sudden he just goes, "Do you fish?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Well, do you fish with hard plastics, or are you like minnows and bait kind of guy?" And I was like, "Either." He goes, "All right, so imagine you're out at the lake and you're fishing with minnows, right? Okay, you catch a fish and you're just gonna reel it back up and take the fish off, and then look at the hook and just toss it back out there and let it sink to the bottom of the lake." And I was like, "No." He goes, "You put bait on it, don't you?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "So why do you think you're going to be able to throw a changeup below the zone and get a swing and miss if you don't command the fastball at the bottom of the zone?" And like, that's the most black and white thing ever. But like who thinks of stuff like that? But you hear stories about him.
Yeah.
Like he like, it's so simple. It's like the most genius simple ever. And that's him to a T.
That's the biggest fuck up the Chicago Cubs ever did, was letting him get away.
Yeah.
Because I think for the year, my lifetime, he is the greatest. I got to go watch Nolan Ryan pitch a bunch. Nolan Ryan was an amazing pitcher, but Nolan Ryan was going to throw the heat at you. Yep. Greg Maddux was just going to beat you every time he played against you. Every single freaking time.
Would he beat you between your ears? Is that how he beat you? Like he won the mental game?
Never walked nobody. Everybody was always nobody could hit the ball off of him hardly. He just threw, he threw junk and he was just a good pitcher. He was a winner.
Yeah. It moves so much.
Mm-hmm.
It moves so much with control. Like he could throw it wherever he wanted.
He wasn't walking nobody.
No.
He was like a professor out there. Him, Smoltz, and Glavine were three of the best pitchers ever in one staff together.
Yeah, probably ever. And nobody. I don't know if there'll ever be one that good again.
And that was during the time of TBS on everybody's cable TV, and so the Braves were on TV every fucking night. So whether you like, and I used to watch a lot of baseball, so I would watch. There wasn't a lot of shit on anyways, and I would watch baseball a lot, and you watch the Braves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I can remember my grandfather watching it. TBS, Braves were always on TBS, and Maddox would come up, but I was too young to remember like how he pitched or anything like that.
He was a very good pitcher, very, very good.
I mean, I knew he was one of the greats, but I didn't know what his style was.
And I got some old friends of mine that played with Nolan, and they talk about Nolan was never ever one to shy away from work. He was the hardest working guy on the team.
Yeah.
And I think
he got after it.
And that helped with his longevity. So
that was his big deal, was keeping his legs under him. He was a long runner.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was his whole deal, is you have your legs under, you can always, you're in shape, you can always pitch longer.
He got under Robin Ventura's ass.
He did.
While he lopped his ass.
Did he ever?
Has anybody charged the mound at you?
No, they hadn't.
Somebody charges at you. You just gonna fucking just
He hopes it's Altuve.
No, that guy's scary. I don't care if he's 5'6". You got to watch that guy.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, if you get beat, because you're what? You're 6'2", 6'3"?
Yeah. No, not quite 6'3".
5'6" guy gets underneath you and puts you on your head. Like, that's making ESPN highlights.
Oh, your buddies are gonna fuck with you and the teammate so bad.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I don't know. That I'm telling you. You ever seen Altuve with his shirt off? That guy is built like a brick shithouse. It's unbelievable. He's jacked.
Yeah, he is. So nobody's ever charged a mound at you?
Nope.
Not even.
I've only hit like a handful of people that it was even like sometimes I like clip them. I rarely I throw 89 miles an hour. I'm not the guy that's going to hit somebody. If it is, it's probably on accident.
Yeah. Do you feel like a piece of shit whenever you hit somebody? Or you're just kind of like, oh, you know, he'll live.
Depends on the situation, but if like I hit somebody in the hand or something that like has the chance to like hurt them, yeah it's terrible. Like I really wish you could like take the whole like rah-rah out of the game and I could just be like, hey man, like sorry about that, because any time that it's going to take somebody out of the game or change something that they feel, it sucks.
I wonder if football players feel that way too.
Like knock the shit out of somebody.
Yeah, like a defensive back's the cockiest fuckers anyways. You think when they just wally lop some wide receiver?
I bet if it's like he says, if it could potentially change the course of their career, I bet they feel like, God damn, I shouldn't have gone, you know. And I mean, shit happens. You're playing this game at full speed. So, I mean, you know, stuff's just going to happen.
Yeah, but I mean, if I'm throwing a sinker in and it clips a guy's elbow, well, you know, that's trying to go in. Sorry, dude. Like they wear the elbow guard. Like you go to first, you're good. Like, let's go to the next guy.
Did you watch the Texas-Washington football game?
I did.
It sucked, didn't it?
I did. It did suck, and that quarterback was so
God
good.
Almighty, he was money.
But versus Michigan, he was horrendous.
Awful.
Yep.
Awful.
Texas's defense didn't show up the first three quarters at all. Anyways, I thought Sarkisian got out coached, but our defensively, we couldn't do shit to that quarterback at Penix. When that game ended that day, I'm like, listen, if I got the first round pick in the draft, that's who I'm fucking taking. That kid was money.
Yeah.
And then against Michigan, he looked more down to earth.
Yeah, he didn't. I didn't think he looked that good against Michigan, but boy, did he ever look good against us.
Fuck yeah, he put it on us, and we're gonna have a really good team for the next couple of years. Sarkisian's done a really good job. I think this is gonna piss people off right now. I think Texas is gonna replace Alabama in the SEC as the power. We've got the recruiting, we've got the roster for it. And Nick Saban left, and I think that's a huge void. I don't think Alabama can't replace Nick Saban. I don't give a shit who they get there. They can't replace him. And I think Texas is going to supplant Alabama, and boy, I'm going to get all kinds of fucking mail over this shit. But it's
I wouldn't be mad at it.
Nope, not me either. The Texas girls softball team's really good this year.
They are.
There's a little girl that pitches from them that's from about 30 miles from us.
Oh, really? Where at?
Stanford. Seti, I think it's Seti Gonzalez, I think's her last name.
Don't give me a line.
She's a Mexican girl. I think Seti is her first name, but she's their number 2 pitcher. I
didn't know that. Dang, small town.
Girls softball's a good game.
Austin's a little different than where she's from.
Shit.
What's crazy is there's her. So she went off to play. She's playing at Texas, but Stanford also had a James Washington. He was a NFL.
Oh, that's where he's from?
Yeah, James is from there too.
Wide receiver. Okay. Just fucking something in the water. 30 miles away from here. I need to get my kid over there. They're just producing professional athletes left and right. So 100-mile-an-hour fastball, is that God-given?
Yes and no. Mm-hmm. I mean, for some guys, yeah, but for some guys, no. I mean, it's not like you're probably, if you throw 85, you're probably not going to be able to work your way to 100. But like at the same time, like I'm not going to sit here and say that if you don't throw 100, you can't throw 100. And there's a certain way people can move and learn how to move and get stronger and faster to make them throw harder. But there's some guys, it's God given, but no, some guys work for it.
They do. They can work themselves up to that level.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's crazy is the way baseball's changed. So we had a lot of old baseball players hunt out here. Fergie Jenkins, Jim Kern. It was a party all the time. They weren't fucking working out, taking care of themselves. They just, half of them had a hangover whenever they took the mound.
Genetics.
Yep.
And when you were out here and now, you were talking about when did you come out here? Was it November?
I think November 15th or something, or ballpark right in there.
But you were basically like, I'm towards the end of my, free time. Like Thanksgiving's going to end. Yeah. And I mean, you were like, I'm basically going to start working out again here pretty quick.
Did you eat good while you were here?
I sure did. It was really good.
Yeah,
that wasn't part of the off-season plan, right. But it sure was good.
Right, but it's funny because all those old guys are like, I didn't have a meal plan. I didn't, it's party time in the off season.
From an old friend of mine who pitched in the majors for a long time, the stories he's told me, there was a lot of amphetamines.
Oh, really?
Speed. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And
they're called greenies.
Yep, and they would start out small with them, and they would build themselves up till about All-Star break, and then they start coming down and lowering their dosage a little bit. So when hunting season got here, they could hunt again. But they stare it. They would start out small, and by the middle of the season was a bunch to keep going, and then they would start going declining.
It was called what?
Yeah. Greenies.
Greenies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mollies.
Yeah.
Greenies. I mean, it was drugs, but that's how they did it.
When they outlaw that.
But that's
it was outlawed then.
When they started drug testing.
Yeah, they outlawed it then. They just couldn't catch them like it was. When I was in junior high and high schools, the years of the Kansas City Royals were really good, and Willie Wilson and all them guys. And there was a major cocaine issue in the Major League Baseball. Had a lot of problems. Darryl Strawberry, he was in and out of rehab and stuff. And that was part of the game.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think that they should drug test now. If you want to play baseball and you want to be jacked up on steroids, and by God, let them. I don't. Baseball needs Barry Bonds is what they need. They need guys hitting 100 dingers a year because people watch that.
I don't want that.
No, because you're a pitcher.
No, I'm a pitcher.
You want roids? What?
Yeah.
Steroids in baseball. I don't know. I mean, if you look at how hard it is to hit a baseball, I guess you could hit it
Barry
further.
Bonds was still a great batter, regardless of whether he's on steroids or not.
Yes, but the biggest deal that steroids do, you get stronger, and you're going to, fly balls to the warning track are going to be homers now, but the biggest difference with steroids isn't strength, it isn't speed, it's the ability to recover. Mm-hmm. So, you're getting the guys that were on steroids back in the day, you're getting A-plus form every single night. You talk about these position players that get tired. Well, you never get tired if you're on roids, So that's the deal. It's not that, Barry Bonds, it wasn't that he could hit the ball farther. He might have could a little bit. Yeah, he was stronger, but it wasn't that he was faster. It was you get A-plus Barry Bonds every single night. Right. Yeah, it did help. He's probably the greatest hitter of all time, bat to ball even. It wasn't like he batted, 200 with 70 homers. No, he's hitting 300. His bat to ball was unbelievable. He's probably the greatest hitter of all time. Not probably, for sure is. And he probably would have had, as a hit tool, he probably had that without steroids anyway. But the steroids are what just allowed him to progress. But that's the biggest deal. I don't know the whole timeline of Barry Bonds, whatever. I know that he's unbelievable, and I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. But also because of how good he is. But the biggest deal is recovery. You can be your full form every single night, which plays also into the greenies deal. You can go out and stay up till 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Well, then you just pop a greenie and you're good to go.
Yeah, if you don't think Babe Ruth had some enhancements, you're crazy, Andy. He was a party animal.
I guess. I don't know. I know he, smoking cigs in the dugout and stuff.
Yeah. See, I don't think Barry Bonds them were doing that, but I think baseball needs Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, and Sammy Sosa. We were at the Lodge the year that it was during dove season, the year that Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire were in the home run chase. And I remember going to the social room and I was like, "Okay, guys, y'all ready to go? We're going to go dove hunting." Oh, hold on. Sosa's fixing a bat. So everybody'd watch Sosa bat. Then everybody'd watch McGwire bat. Then they'd want to go do something after that. But everybody was captivated that because of the home run deal. And baseball needs that. They really do. They need that magic again of that happening. That Judge guy from New York, I really thought he was going to be the next guy to hit 70. And he had a kind of a slow off year this year, didn't he?
I think he was hurt some, I want to say.
Now, you told me he's a nice guy.
I think he was, and he still hit 35 or something. He's unbelievable, too.
Are you the one? Somebody hunted with me that played against him. Said he was a really nice guy, too.
I don't know if I told you that, but that's true. I've heard you can't beat him.
Yeah, I've heard he's
just down to earth, good old, just good guy.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, too.
Said he played in 106 games. Speaking of changes in baseball, do you like the pitch clock?
when I'm not pitching, absolutely.
Get this shit going.
Absolutely.
Get it over with.
Yeah, you're done in about 2.5 hours, and you can go to the house and do what you want.
Yeah.
But when I'm pitching, I don't mind it with no runners on. I like it with no runners on. I work pretty quick anyway. But sometimes when there is a runner on, it's kind of like shaky. The biggest issue to me with it is the consistency of it. So like, it's when you get the ball, but sometimes the person's maybe like looking down or something, or I don't know, but sometimes it seems really quick, and sometimes you have plenty of time. Mm-hmm. And so like the changes in it is what bothers me. Like if it was the same every time, if they had some sort of technology, like when the ball hit the glove, it starts, but it's different. Different places you go, it's faster. Different pitches, it's faster. That's what kind of sucks for it, like about it for me. But overall, I don't mind it. I like it.
So what do you want when you have runners on? You want to be able to look the runner back just a beat longer?
No, just the consistency of it to know.
Right.
That's the deal. So like if I have to shake off shake off the catcher because I want to throw a different pitch, like I think it's 18 seconds with the runner on. Well, if somebody starts the clock quick, 2 seconds is a big difference. Sure. Because that allows me to shake, come set, and kind of check the runners to make sure they're not, keep creeping. So that 2 seconds is a lot. And so really the consistency of it, but I don't know, as a whole, I like it.
Do they do that in college too? Or is this an MLB thing?
Oh, I don't know. I know they didn't when I was there.
They didn't when you were there. Well, that's what I was going to say. Like you get like a guy that's long into his career that's never had a pitch clock, that had to totally throw a monkey wrench in the way that they operated.
Some people, I don't know if there's any research or study on this or whatever, but I don't even know if I agree with it, but some people say that it's resulting in a lot of injuries.
Really? Just people don't have their legs under them as much?
Yeah.
Huh.
But who knows? I mean, only time will tell, but that's what some people have said.
Yeah, you're the guinea pig.
Yeah, and the guinea pigs always are. Just keep going.
Just keep going. Yeah, I don't know. Like you said, though, as a fan, it speeds up the game a little bit more, but I could see as the guy that's on the mound, it's kind of like, Jesus, I need just a beat longer.
The thing that cracks me up is that they used to, it would be alcohol stops serving in the 7th inning. And so, it's all about safety. You don't want people drunk driving. Well, now, since the games are so fast, it never cuts off.
Really?
Oh, no shit?
Yeah.
It's all about profit then.
And so it's like,
yeah,
exactly.
It's all,
So they'll if they do cut it, then it's way late in the game. It's not the 7th, it's, bottom of the 6th. Used to last call for beer and alcohol, whatever. No, not anymore.
Wonder what's beer? So, what's it cost to buy beer at a baseball? $10 a beer now?
I think in Atlanta, from what my buddies that have been out there, I think it's like for a tall boy Miller Lite, it's $10.
Yeah,
that's a lot of $10 beers they're losing out on if they cut out.
Hell yeah! Listen, we're all about your safety, but we're all about our bottom dollar at the end of the day.
I think it's funny as hell when we go to a game and you'll see someone behind their seat and they'll have 30 or 40 beer cans behind their seat, and I'll be like, God, how the fuck are they going to drive home anyways? And you see that a lot.
I've always noticed that going to games growing up and stuff. I'm like, I guess, Uber's a thing now, but like, I don't see how people do it. I mean, shoot, I have 2 beers I'm scared to drive, much less 10.
That's a very good policy to live by too. It's not worth your life, and it's not worth killing an innocent other person's life.
Do you ever crowd watch? I mean, I'm sure you do, like when you're not pitching.
Just the hot chicks.
Absolutely.
Just like, look at these jackasses here.
No, you're like, well, check her out.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's taking off the market.
You can look. He ain't dead.
That's some of the best part, just like, I don't know, people are weird. We're all weird, you know. People are always doing something. It's like, what is that guy doing, And then there's the guys that you're there, and it's like they're not even watching the game. It's like he just came to, drink beer and eat a hot dog, and then there's the people over there keeping a book, old school. It's just, people are all over the place, but it's fun to watch, especially when there's like fights in the stands. Mm-hmm. That's when it gets good.
I love stuff
after the 7th inning most of the time.
I went to a doubleheader at the old Ranger Stadium. I don't know if you was alive when they still had it, but it was the old one, and it was like $4 to get into the outfield. And it was first come, first serve. And I went to a doubleheader one time with the Minnesota Twins. I'll never forget this shit. And it was in July or August. It was hotter than fuck. And the first game started at 2:00, and the next game was going to start like at 7. They sold more beer in the first 4 or 5 innings at 2:00 than they did ever before in a whole game. By the second game, there was topless chicks. There was fighting. It was the best party I've been to in years. It was great. I loved it. And I thought, man, this is the way to watch baseball right here now.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
That was at different days and different times. Does it bother you, the guy that tries to get your autograph that pushes the kids out of the way?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, yes, for sure. But mainly the guys that are going to sell them, and you can kind of tell. You see the same guys around the country. But like if even dude, you're 40 years old. Like,
yes.
Especially, like, I understand, like, when I watch people go try to get Acuna's autograph. Yeah, I get it. He's Ronald Acuna. He was the MVP this year. But, like, dude, you're 40. Like, if you're that excited about, like, don't get me wrong, I'd be excited, too, if I got his autograph. But, like, it's kind of weird, dude. You're a grown man. Like, he's a grown man. Like, I understand you're a fan, but, like, let the 8-year-old go over there. They're all 150 of them. Get his autograph. Like, I don't understand how people think that they get to go to the front of the line. Like, dude, you're 40 years old. Like, you got 2 kids of your own. Like, send your kids up there. Like,
yeah, I don't understand the whole autograph situation. Anyways, pitchers, I get.
What's a lot of money?
Well, no, but I'm talking about just in regular life. Like, if you go to a restaurant and some guy come up to you and ask you for your autograph, wouldn't you rather a guy just ask to have a picture made with you than to have to sign some shit?
Yeah, unless you got to stand up in the middle of the restaurant.
Yeah.
And
well, you shouldn't even be bothering
and everybody's looking at you and like.
But while you're eating, they shouldn't bother you anyways. But I just do not. I'm not an autograph guy. I don't even know who I would consider my favorite celebrity in the world. But I'm not going to go ask him for an autograph.
Reese got Bryce's autograph.
Yeah.
Reese is a kid.
Oh.
I'm talking about a grown ass man. We had a grown ass lady that worked for us that got his autograph too, and I was so embarrassed by that.
Dock their pay.
I was like, what the fuck are you doing? I said, listen, we don't ask for people's autographs out here, okay?
Yeah, new policy started out here.
Yeah, and I told her, I said, and that includes mine, so once a week, don't ask me for a check. I ain't signing shit
I'm not
no
signing
more.
shit anymore. Yeah, we've talked about how baseball season's long, but I don't know how you would condense it any, because I like when baseball season starts in April. And I like the way that it ends later in the fall and in October. But you wouldn't just cut 2 months out and be like, okay, we'll see you guys in August. So I don't know. Like, I like where it starts and I like where it ends. It's just that middle that gets a little bit lost.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's when the good teams continue to win and the bad teams don't, because the people always ask me, is it hard to, is it, you get tired? Well, yeah, but like, everybody about May 20th, May 30th, it's a blast. You're flying everywhere. You're going to the nice cities. You're playing with all the ballparks and everything. But come about middle of June into July, that's when you start kind of figuring out everybody's tired, and you kind of figure out who's gonna get it done and who's not. So, I mean, I think it is really long. Do I think it should be shortened? No.
Yeah.
But it is long. But I think, like you said, like springtime, it's time for baseball. Starts to get cold outside, it's time for the end. So I like it. It is long, but I wouldn't change it.
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't know what you would cut out, because if you shorten it and it ends in August, well, then that takes away the magic of postseason baseball whenever the weather starts getting cooler. So you wouldn't push it back into May or June. Starting in June, it's just too late.
No.
So
yeah, it'd be weird starting to play summer baseball in the middle of summer.
Yeah. Did you, when you were at Texas, did you get any of the NIL money, or did that come along after you? That
was after me.
What kind of money
I don't think any baseball players are getting any money anyway, besides like Paul Skeens and I think, I think the bottom line is social media. Like, if you have a big following on social media, you're going to get paid. I don't really think it has to do with, what school you go to, whatever. I mean, if you have 1 million followers, it doesn't matter if you go to Texas Tech, or junior college. I don't know. Like, I think it all has to do with social media mainly.
I think right now the number one NIL person in the world, in the United States right now, is Caitlin Clark, the girls basketball player at Iowa.
Really?
I saw where she had surpassed Shador Sanders.
Really?
In something in NIL money. She's big. I'll tell you right now, she's the most famous person in basketball in college, girl, man or woman.
Oh yeah. Have you watched her?
She's fucking phenomenal.
She's unbelievable.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't even know who the number one ranked team in basketball right now is. It Houston or Connecticut?
Bronny James is number one.
Houston. Name me the starting player for Houston. They're a big star. Do you know? See,
No,
I don't
clue.
either.
I watched them the other night play Kansas and then play Texas, but I don't know any of
That's
their
what
names.
I'm saying. But everybody knows who Caitlin Clark is.
Yeah.
She's not even on here.
I'm just telling you, I read the other day she was number one at something. I do not know what it was, but
I was hoping she was.
passed Shador Sanders.
February 20th, 2024.
Oh,
How old is this article?
She's the leading jersey salesman. They've sold more of her jerseys than anybody else has. But hell,
well, that makes sense. It's basketball season.
The Big Ten basketball girls tournament has sold out. 104,000 tickets already have sold out.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. Did you see that their game against Ohio State, like maybe 2 days from now? Ohio State's number 2, and who she played for? Iowa.
They're a 10.
4 or whatever.
I
I think the tickets are like $1,000.
Jesus.
I ain't paying that much to go watch a bunch of future lesbians play basketball. It ain't happening.
Number 1 top NIL is Bronny James at $5.8 million. This is according to Yahoo Sports. So if you got a problem with the numbers, take it up with him.
Well, he won't be an NIL guy because he's going to get some bad advice from his daddy.
Shador 4.7, Livy Dunn 3.5, Arch Manning 2.8.
That James boy is going to leave college early. He's going to he's not an NBA player at all. He should go play 4 years at USC, have a good time, bang a bunch of co-heads and enjoy life instead of going to the NFL, the NBA and be a G League team. Or somebody will keep him on their roster to get his dad to come play for a year, but as soon as his dad retires, they're going to cut his ass. He just ain't that good.
Yeah.
And that's a shame because he seems like a pretty good kid.
Yeah, I feel bad. Same way with Tiger Woods.
Yeah, I saw where he got hosed the other day on a tournament.
Yeah, did you see they reported he shot 86, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, he's not good," whatever. And then it comes out that there was he had fans following him, hiding in the bushes, trying to get his autograph. I'm like, this kid's 15 years old. He didn't pick his dad. Just leave him alone. Let him play golf. I understand why they're doing it, but still, I don't know. It just sucks.
Not fair to him.
He's 15 years old, playing on the hardest courses in the world, and he shot at 86. That's pretty fucking. He's good. He's a phenomenal golfer. He may still be a big star. He's a young man.
Yeah, he's got a job.
Bronny James is not. He's on a team that's 6-20 in college, and he's the 6th or 7th best player on the team. He's probably not. If you're an NBA player, you usually know there's not very many development there. You either got it or you don't.
Yeah, I did watch USC the other day, and they're
terrible. And he's not terrible. Even if you're the best player on a terrible team, you go, oh, he's really good. Well, he's not even the best player on a terrible team. But his dad thinks, and somebody like Toronto or somebody's going to sign his dad to come to bring him with, and they'll draft him just to make his dad come there. And I hate LeBron. I'm not a LeBron James fan, but the guy we talked about this earlier, he's one of the greatest to play the game, if not the greatest ever. And it's a shame that his legacy is going to be so much other bullshit that he tries to get involved with instead of just being a good person.
Yeah.
So how's that gonna? Let's put let's look into the future a little bit. How is this NIL gonna fuck with college kids? Because $5 million. That's let's say. That's more money than God damn it! What's the quarterback from San Francisco's name? I can't think.
Brock Purdy. Made $500K this year.
And there's kids in college that are double and triple that.
Yeah.
There's the consequences.
I think it's going to make the sport worse.
Yeah. Well,
just because I'm not going to act like I would have done anything that cool, but imagine if even if I would have had 50 grand in college, that'd have been awesome. Much less 5 million, they're college kids. So I think that they're going to stay longer in college, but also what's the incentive for them to go get better and try to go play in the NFL? Mm-hmm. They just stay the same and make,
God,
$3 million.
If I had $5 million in college, I sure had a whole lot of fun.
And don't get me wrong. Yeah. I'm all for paying the athletes something, but that is
Whoa. No. You can't change courses on this.
I'm not.
You've been all for now. You're wanting to put some stipulations.
That's a lot of money.
It don't matter. You told me. I've argued this forever. I told you I thought it was a stupid fucking idea day one.
Yeah, but
and you're like, no, we got to pay him. We got to pay him. Now you're wanting to put a salary cap on them.
Now we're getting to like unlimited funds almost.
Well,
dangerous.
So what are you trying to say? You don't think they're smart enough to manage their own money?
No.
Huh.
No 18-year-old is.
So you don't think it's fair to give a kid $5 million to play football at college while the poor fucking kid that's working at 7-Eleven putting his way through college?
Never said that.
So you think it's fair to pay him then?
I'm saying that the kid that's playing sports in college is bringing a lot more to that university than the kid that's working at 7-Eleven schlubbing his way through.
But he shouldn't get paid $5 million, but you're okay with $50,000.
Yes.
See, that's bullshit. See there?
No.
Yeah, you're a fucking hypocrite.
I'm not a hypocrite at all.
You sound like a politician.
I'm not a hypocrite at all. I'm just saying there should be some stipulations to this. $5 million is a little ridiculous to play basketball.
I think in the next 5 years, you're going to see the NCAA, which is fixing to be out because the NCAA is losing all their leverage. Whoever's going to be the governing body of college, especially football, because that's the biggest NIL deal, I think you're going to see some kind of team salary cap on it or a player cap of some sort. And I don't know how they're going to do it, but they're going to have to do something because you're going to run into a situation like Shedeur Sanders that they're going to Deion's going to say, you know what, I'm leaving Colorado next year. I'm going to North Carolina. I'm just using this as an example. And then they go to North Carolina and he's going to get $10 million. And then Shedeur can get offered $10 million to go to Oregon the next year. Then he's going to go to the NFL and never make a dime at it. But it's a bad precedence to have, and we're paying these kids way too much fucking money. The NCAA needs to do away with the transfer portal. Mm-hmm. You need to set out a fucking year if you're going to transfer. This free agency bullshit from going school to school is not bad. But you know what? If I'm coaching, I'm at Texas A&M, and they haven't been any good in a long time, really, really good, and we needed 2 wide receivers and a linebacker, and it was going to cost us $15 million a year, I'd get on the phone with my rich friends and say, hey, we need to raise $15 million to get these kids to play football, and they do it. But you're against that, right?
That kind of money, yeah.
Okay.
Let's give them $50K. You got to keep these kids hungry, Bryce.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know why a kid that's not guaranteed a first-round draft pick in the NFL would leave to go to the NFL if you're a big I mean, I don't. Why'd the kid leave Ohio State that was their quarterback last year? He wasn't that bad. Fuck, they were within 2 minutes of playing in the national title game probably, or at least in the Final Four, and he's transferred to Oregon or somewhere. And I don't understand why these kids are the people at Ohio State not giving him money also?
Mm-hmm.
I think the transfer portal is the biggest issue.
It's terrible.
It's free agency all the time.
I think if you want to pay somebody, I think that there could be some rules and regulations. But if you want to, if they feel that person's bringing $5 million, or if they're worth $5 million, pay them. That's fine. But like y'all said, the free agency deal, I don't think that's very good. I think you should have to stay. I just, I'm maybe a little loyalty somewhere. I don't know, but just, you bounce around just for the money, and it's just not a good product on the field. I don't think.
Would you have left Texas to play baseball to go to TCU if they'd have given you $1 million? Legitimate question.
Oh, I don't know.
See there? See, all of a sudden, $1 million, $1 million. That skiing kid,
exactly.
That skiing kid at LSU, would he have went to Florida for an extra $5 million?
I don't know. I don't know. It's so situational because he's going to make. But see, baseball is different because baseball you can go get a signing. Like he signed for, I don't know, he's the first pick. What did he sign for? $7, $8 million, $9 million. He's not going to make that in baseball. And the NIL of baseball is a completely different animal than the football and basketball.
You don't think
mainly football?
You don't think some Texas alumni, if that skiing guy would have been able to get him to come to Texas last year, if they'd have put together $5 or $6 million, you don't think they would have done it?
No.
You don't think so in baseball?
I don't. No, I don't think in baseball it's worth it. You don't. It's still a business at the end of the day. The better product you're putting on the field. Obviously, and it's not completely true with college sports because it's a lot of just old heads we got to have Texans winning. They know there's no return in that other than a tax write-off. But at the end of the day, what is one player going to do? You get a good quarterback in there, that takes you from a 5-5 team in the Big 12 to a national championship. So I think in baseball, I don't know that baseball is kind of in the same level of football and basketball too.
That skiing kid, when he's on the mound, you wasn't going to lose. That's an automatic win.
Yeah.
mean, so I don't know.
Good.
I'll tell you what I'll say for loyalty in sports. Arch Manning has made me feel a lot better about today's youth because he could have went anywhere else and put in the transfer portal this year. He's already been told.
I'm still worried he's going to.
I think it's too late now, isn't it? And they've already named what's his name the starting quarterback for next year.
Yeah,
but he likes being at Texas. And I saw where one of his uncles said, "Hey,
yeah, he likes getting paid 2.8 sit at the house."
He gave his money away.
Really?
He donated.
Oh, really?
He donated his NIL money to. I don't know if it was to a bunch of poor kids on school, topless titty dancers, a bunch, from what I understand.
I'm gonna
Surely
look
not all
that
of it.
up.
That'd just be dumb.
No, he donated a bunch of his money to charitable causes. I mean, they got a ton of money, so as a family, so
says all of it.
So what I was told too.
As part of an NIL deal with Panini America that was able to auction off the former 5-star donated. No, that's all of the proceeds from the Ronald McDonald charity thing that he did.
Okay.
But it was still $100,000 that he raised.
But he still gave $100,000.
Yeah.
But he stayed at Texas. He could have went anywhere he wanted. He likes being a Longhorn. He likes the parties. He likes all that shit. And he stayed there. And I appreciate that because you don't see much of that anymore. You know, and maybe behind Quinn Ewers is going to be the best thing for him anyways. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. He's still unproven commodity to me. We'll see when he gets to play.
Did you party much in college? Were you able to?
Look at the boy. He looks like an Adonis. You know he partied.
Yeah, but I don't know. He also seems like he's very driven too.
I'm not a big club goer is the best way to put it. Like I'll go like drink and hang out, but like I got no interest in lights flashing everywhere, music blaring. I'm trying to talk to somebody. I'm having to yell at them and they're 4 inches from my face, you know, like that's not that fun to me, but I like going out and, you know, going with it. We always went to Matt's El Rancho in Austin. That's my favorite restaurant in the whole world. You know, we can drink us quite a few margaritas and hang out and have a good time. And then if we make our way out after that down to 6th Street, then we will, but just kind of wherever it takes us. But I don't know if I would say I partied a bunch, but I had fun.
He's got an old man soul. He don't like loud shit.
He's like me. I was in Nashville last week and we went to the club.
It's horrible.
Let me tell you, I'm too old for that. I was too old for that 15 years ago. I could hear the bass thumping in my chest. I was trying to talk to my wife and I had to like scream at her. And we're at a hunting show. You're talking to people all day for 3 days. Then you're screaming at night. I lost my voice.
Did she have a good time and enjoy it though? Yes.
She's a different animal than me, Jeff.
Your mother, she have a good time?
They're both different animals. Than me.
I just let them go. I didn't go. I stayed back. I was like, you know what? You're out with your son. Andy will make sure you get home at a decent time. I'm going to bed.
You went there. You went out the last night.
I was ready to go home about 2 hours before we did, though.
I just don't understand what's fun about it. So, like,
I didn't either.
You're crowded. You're in this tiny bar, or whatever. There's people everywhere, and you're standing there with your drink in your hand. Like, you can't talk. So, like, you just sit there and you fucking bob your head the whole time. It's not fun. I don't get it.
You know, Nashville's a place. I don't understand why they don't have a Major League Baseball team.
I think they're supposed to get one.
They're going to be one of the places that who are they going to move one of the ones they have now? Or are they just going to add to the add?
I think they're going to add to it.
What other team would go besides Nashville? Because there has to be 2 of them.
Nashville and
San Antonio,
Salt Lake.
That's interesting. That's a big town.
I think. Don't mark my word on that, but I'm pretty sure I saw that. I wish it was Austin, San Antonio. That'd be sweet.
They need a team down there. I can tell you one place I wouldn't put a team. I wouldn't put nothing in fucking Oakland. I don't blame every Oakland franchise for leaving. I've ever been. What a shithole of a town.
You played in Oakland, the stadium?
Yeah, we played in Oakland this year, and we stayed in San Fran. And on the way there, the stadium's not bad. I mean, it's old, but like, you know, there's a lot of old stadiums that are cool. On the way there, like on the highway, you go over the bridge leaving San Francisco, and like, I'm not joking at all. It looks like a Call of Duty map. Like, it looks like a bomb went off like 20 years ago, and just like they never came back and fixed it, and just people kind of moved in. Like all along the highway, there's those like campers and tents, just like for miles and miles and miles. It's just like, it's sad is what it is, but it's nothing like I've ever seen before. I mean, we left the park one day, and about 500 yards from the park, there's all these like parked cars that look like you dropped them off of a cliff. They're all beat up and everything, and there's people just like cracked out of their mind laying in them and everything, and like walking around. It's like a zombie town. Nothing like I've ever seen.
And then fuckers keep voting for that shit. It's crazy. Hey, have you played in Seattle yet?
That's where the All-Star game was. That's what I went for there for. Oh, Stefan told me that it's a mess too, but he said that they cleaned it up for the All-Star game. I was like, this place isn't bad. It's sweet. And he was like, no, you don't know.
They shift everybody out.
It's a shithole down there. Like, did you go to Pike's Market? I
thought
it was.
Yeah,
it's
that's
a
where
cool
like
place.
The red carpet ceremony.
Oh, that's
was.
a cool place. But we're sitting there with our grandkids. We're eating, and I liked it because there's so many different things you can eat. And Andy's oldest, Reese, he's a fucking adventure eater, and he had all kinds of weird fucking mung bean pies and shit he was buying. But we're sitting there, and my granddaughter's 8, Reese is 8, and this fucking dude walks by naked, basically, other than having like a half a shirt on. You see his ass cheeks and his old pecker and balls hanging down to his knees, and I'm like, and nobody thinks nothing of it. It's just accepted there. But it's another pretty place that the liberals have just ruined with all that shit. I don't know why it's so hard to clean up a place, and we don't want you here. The business owners can't want that.
Yeah,
but
I've always wondered, what do you do with homeless people though?
I don't know.
I say you
just ship them around, well, then you get shipped that they're going to end up at the other city. It's kind of one of the things I've always wondered is like, you have a homeless problem. Like, what do you we always talk about it in Austin. It's like, well, like,
what's the answer?
What are you gonna do? Where are you gonna send them?
I say we send them all to fucking California and put a fence around that son of a bitch and open the gate up between Mexico and California and let them just stay there. It's already a fucked up place. Let them stay. But Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, Oakland, Los Angeles, I mean, San Diego, even a guy hunting here the other day told me San Diego's getting bad. Did you feel unsafe when you play in San Francisco? And I know y'all stay at the hoity-toity places and shit, but that is a town that's rampant with crime right now. Did you ever feel unsafe in San Francisco?
Not unsafe, but I did notice that. Well, one, I saw something I never saw. I saw a guy riding a bike with his eyes closed. And I'm not talking about like he closed his eyes. Like this guy's eyes were closed. And he was like swerving down this alleyway. And he's coming towards us. And this guy, I'm like, Strider, this guy's eyes are closed. Look at this. Look at this. And he never opened them one time. I don't know what he was doing, but he was riding a bike with his eyes closed. Nothing I've ever seen before. But in Austin, where we're like in college, like the homeless people, like they're drugged out and they're just laid up. They're just laying over there. Well, in San Francisco, these dudes are active. Mm-hmm. Like you go in to get coffee in a coffee shop in the morning, and they're like in there, like talking and like geeking out and everything. I've never seen. I don't know what drugs they're doing out there, but it's something that keeps them active. Like they're yelling and everything. Whereas in Texas, they just are over in the corner, just kind of passed out, not there. It's. I never felt unsafe, to answer your question, but you got to keep your head on a swivel. Like there's been people yelling F-bombs like at people like over my head, and like he's kind of looking at me, and I'm just like, oh no. But I don't know if unsafe is the word, but it's for sure not just the greatest feeling.
What about have you played in Fenway yet?
I didn't pitch there, but I went there. Yeah,
you went to. I love Boston, and Boston. Yeah. I've never felt unsafe in Boston. We're going this summer with the family. I'm sure we'll get fucking hijacked or some shit. But Boston, New York. My last time to New York, even in Manhattan, I was kind of getting a vibe of this shit's not really cool no more. But Boston don't. Atlanta is one of the few towns that really scares me too. And I'm sure there's a lot of places in Atlanta that are very, very nice. The stadium area down there, is it pretty crime free down there in the stadium, or is it like all the other big cities?
No, so the stadium is actually like 15 minutes outside of downtown. So like it's up north on the loop, and it's safe as could be. You can do anything out there. It's like they have an area called the Battery, and it's restaurants. You know how like Texas Live in Arlington?
Yes.
It's like that, except it's, how like Texas Live is like one place and it's like a big bar and then they have PBR. No, the Battery is like a full on like place. So it's like you got Mexican food restaurants, you got steakhouses, you got burger places. Then you do have the bars too, but it's like you can do anything. You don't have to go to a game to go there. Like you can literally go and eat dinner with your family, and you go to ice cream places. And so there's so much to do. Yeah, it's really safe. But now Atlanta, what's weird to me is like everything is the good and the bad's kind of like mixed in. Like you can go from being good to bad really quick, which you can do that in Dallas too. But like if you go to North Dallas, it's probably going to be safe the majority of the time. Where you go to North Atlanta, you kind of got to watch a little bit. It's safer in north than the north side, but you kind of got to watch. You can still get into little rough areas north of Atlanta.
Do they tell you this, like whenever, like the guys that have been there, like, hey, listen, just don't go there? Or do you figure it out on your own?
No, I mean they'll tell you kind of like you start saying like, hey, where you live? Hey, where you live? And everybody says about the same 5 places, and so you're just like, okay, I probably should live there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of figure it out.
Yeah. What are the? I mean, you know, you were an all-star last year. What's the goals for this year?
I always had quite a few people ask me that actually, and there's 2 goals I have at the beginning every year. And I think as soon as you start chasing stats and what you want to do and accomplishments, it's just going to be a real rough road for you, to say the least. So my 2 goals every year is to make 32 starts, and every start give a team a chance to win. Whether it's you give up 5 runs in 6 innings or you go 7 innings, no runs. It's give the team a chance to win and make 32 starts. And if you do that, you're probably going to look up and have a pretty dang good year.
Yeah, 32 is the number.
Yep, 32, and if it works out, you might get 33, but probably 32.
You're gonna miss spring turkey season.
I've never
been turkey hunting in your life.
Nope. And what's bad is growing up, my parents, they live on 10 acres in Decatur, and we have a pond in the back of the property, and they're just strutting 4 or 5 of them. I mean, I was aware of turkey enough to know that, I mean, their beards are down towards the ground, and I just had no idea like it was that big a deal. Like, now I talk to people and they're like, oh, turkey hunting, it's my favorite hunting. Like, not even close. And I'm like, I really missed the boat on that one, but now I can't. So
I'll send you a video. Don't worry about it.
I forgot you were here when Stefan was here. Stefan is a great dude.
He said that they,
oh yeah,
I think they like killed Santa Claus or something at a sea. There was a guy that dressed up like Santa Claus at every Seahawks game. They fucking mugged him and killed him.
Huh?
Yeah. Not Stefan.
Oh, okay. You gotta be lost.
No. Like the people of Seattle. Like that's how big of savages they are.
I saw where a Seattle super-fan got killed. I don't think he was in his Santa Claus shit at a game. I think he was somewhere else, and it just happened the other day.
No, I think he was like at a game.
No.
I don't think so.
I'll look it up. But yeah, that's how
it happened just the other day. Seattle didn't make the playoffs.
They're savages in Seattle, Jeff. I'm sure they drug him out to the game.
And then killed him at the football stadium just for a good time.
Seattle Santa gets killed. Let's look this up.
So if you don't make the Braves roster,
who killed
Where
Santa?
do you go? Where's the 3A team at? Richmond?
The AAA is in Gwinnett.
Where's that at?
It's right outside of Atlanta, like an hour, probably 45 minutes to an hour.
Is that a whole separate facility where you work out, or you will be at the Braves deal and go over there?
Yeah. Nope, it's completely different.
You live in the same place, though? Is it close enough that you can stay at your same house? Or?
Yeah.
Well, that's got to be a damn miserable thing waiting every day. So you're nervous as shit until the roster comes out.
No, I mean, like I said, if I handle my business, I'll be fine. I just got to go handle my business.
And now I'm going to ask you something off the record, but we're on the record, so this is going to be a tough question, and we can take this out if we to. Human nature is you're pulling for yourself to do good, and you're pulling for that other guy to fuck up.
I tried that one time, and it did not work out well when I was younger, and so I do not do that anymore.
Get root for everybody.
Very honest.
Yeah,
I tried it.
No, when I was in college, maybe not quite college, maybe high school. When I was in high school, when I was like a sophomore in high school, I tried to do that one time, and I looked like an absolute fool. And I'm rooting for the Atlanta Braves, and if I'm in that equation, great. If not, I'm rooting for the Atlanta Braves. And so
that's a very, very good answer. And I'm just going to say that's a good answer. I'm just going to go with that because I know what I'd be doing. I'm like, oh, that motherfucker breaks his leg.
There's 2 ways that you can have the tallest building in the city. You can either tear everybody down around you, or you can just build yours bigger. That's what Bryce does. He just builds his bigger.
Yeah.
See there, you're trying to be an ass.
Speaking of the biggest building, you know where they're fixing to build the biggest building in North America or in the United States at?
I saw this. Oklahoma City.
Really?
175 stories.
Yep.
Oklahoma City.
You'll be able to see some bitch from the lodge.
Yeah.
It's got to stand out like a pecker.
I don't know what they're doing because that Devon building up there after Devon went bankrupt, good Lord, that thing sticks out like a sore thumb, much less 170 something.
Yeah, it's going to be 2.5 times taller than anything else in Oklahoma City. I mean, it's taller than the World Trade Center by 60 stories.
Yeah, but at least in New York, that kind of blends in. That ain't going to blend in Oklahoma City.
No, you're going to be able to see the motherfucker from the Texas.
Wow.
What are they going to do with it? Did they say?
Condos, houses. After 9/11, my ass ain't living at the top of any big ass building like that shit where I got to write it down if something happens. It ain't happening. I couldn't. Hell to the no on that shit. I don't like heights, anyways. We went to the Stratosphere when Andy was playing high school one time. Fuck, I got out of the elevator and I was backing up against the wall like someone was going to push me off. I was like, I don't want no part of this shit. Then we ate it.
We stay at the Four Seasons and go ahead. Sorry.
It's the same thing. I just don't like heights. I mean, lady tells me we was eating dinner at that restaurant one night up there, me and Michelle, and this lady like, they say it's earthquake proof. Yeah, well, fucking prove that shit to me. You know?
Oh, speaking of an earthquake, we were in San Diego, my first road trip in the big leagues, 2022. We were in San Diego and I'm laying on my bed. And I wasn't in bed, but I was laying on my bed just hanging out. And all of a sudden I feel something kind of rumble. And I'm like, what was that? And I look over and all the curtains are moving back and forth. And I'm like, oh no, I'm not in on this. I'm like 10 stories up and I'm like, I do not like this. It's scary.
We had an earthquake, but I was on the road and I didn't know it. I got back to the house and my phone was blowing up. Everybody was like, hey, did you feel the earthquake? But I've never been in one. I don't think I want to do it either.
I was in Alaska one time where we had a little one, but it was not enough to... Their day, Oklahoma City got rattled pretty good by one.
And they're going to build the America's tallest building there.
Biggest earthquake zone going, most active right now, I think, is Oklahoma.
Hey, speaking of that, did y'all hear, I think it was probably beginning of December, ballpark, sometime this offseason, sometime it blends in, so I'm sorry if I'm off, but I was outside shooting my bow, and normal old day, probably 2:30 p.m., and the loudest bang you've ever heard. I thought my neighbor's propane tank blew up.
Oh, shit.
And so, I'm like, oh, no. So I, start going over there. I'm like, I call him. He didn't answer. I'm like, interesting. Well, so I get in my truck. I go to drive, see what's going on, and everybody's just going about their business. So I call my dad. I'm like, hey, Dad, did you feel that? He's like, no, I'm up here working or whatever. I called my mom. I was like, Mom, did you feel that? She retired from PE, and now she rehired, and she's a PE teacher at the private school in Decatur. And she's like, yeah, we felt that. We don't know what it was. All the basketball goals in the gym were moving.
Oh, shit.
And so I start asking people, and there's this huge bang all the way down into Keller area, North Fort Worth.
I kind of remember this.
Everybody reporting on this huge loud bang, and nobody knew what it was. There wasn't anything on the earthquake scale, whatever it's called. Everybody was calling in like something blew up, and they have nothing reported that blew up.
I think it was a sonic. I think it was a sonic boom. But I remember this because I remember people talking. Everybody's like, "No, it's not a sonic boom. It would have been this or that." But nobody knows what it was.
That I felt the sonic boom growing up, and that wasn't no sonic boom. I almost hit the deck. My dog started barking.
I don't see anything online about it. Huh? No, I never heard about that. A couple of other things, but it's older articles. No, that's crazy. What have you added anything to your arsenal? You had that nifty little see in the dark thing. Your thermals. You get anything else cool?
I did not.
No.
I did kill a mule deer out in West Texas.
Oh, really?
I told y'all that I was going out there to hunt, and I did end up making it happen with the mule deer.
Did you see a bunch of quail while you were there?
Yes, it was unbelievable. Yeah, everywhere.
My buddy of mine, they used to go out there every year, and they would take a feeder, like a tailgate feeder, and they would put Milo on the ground, and then they'd go back and shoot the quail. Because them blue quail run anyways, and they'd shoot them out of the truck, and they used to shoot a ton of quail doing that stuff.
Yeah, what is it? Crazy quail and blue quail, whatever, blue wing,
scaled and blue quail, I think.
Okay, one of them I was told they call them crazy quail, whatever that is. I don't know, Montezuma or something.
That's a California, I think, or a Mexican quail. I saw some in California, some gambles that had the little quills on top of their head. I'd never seen one before, and I saw one when we were in California.
What'd you get your mule deer with? Bow, rifle?
No, I wanted to. The guy told me, man, he said that's our only one rule is no bows, and I was like, dang. So I shot it with a 6mm.
You coming back waterfowl hunting with us again in November?
If y'all have me, I'll be there.
Oh yeah. I told you Michelle would adopt you. She said, that is the most humble, nice young man I've been around in a long time. I said, well, the 3 assholes you raised, he definitely is more polite than they are. So,
yeah, no, absolutely. That was a lot of fun. I'd never done anything like that. Good. I'd always just hunted like ponds and stuff for ducks.
Yeah, no, come back out whenever. Hopefully, you're playing around Halloween. So after that,
yeah,
it's a short drive for you.
Be nice.
Short drive for you.
Don't let any of my guides Democrat a bunch of free baseball tickets off of you this year.
Like 0.
Oh no, they were good. I did go hunt with Clay Reed.
Did you?
Yeah, that's what I knew you was going to do. Clay, you had a lot of fun with him, didn't you?
Oh yeah, and he told me. I think he spent more time telling stories than we did hunting, but it was awesome.
Yeah, he's a storyteller.
He told me one story about we were going down we were going north. I had no idea where we were at the whole time, but we were headed somewhere down a dirt road, and he was like, man, I had my back window just shatters. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, every day on this, there's one spot that, my window just shattered. I was like, oh, okay. He's like, I think somebody's shooting at me because it's got a little hole in it. He said, I went and got it fixed. A month went by, same thing. I hear this, boom, my back window shattered. And I'm like, well, if somebody's shooting at you, where's the bullet? He's like, I don't know. I can't find it. And then he's like, yeah, I got it. I finally just said, forget it. I ain't putting my back window back in. And I'm like, well, dang, where's this at? He goes, oh, no, that's this road. And I'm like, what? Like, he said it happened the same time. What time? He's like, oh, about 11:30. It's 11:27. I'm like, good Lord, I'm about to have to get ready to shoot somebody.
Somebody threatened to whip his ass today at the cafe in Archer City. I saw. He said, he said,
really?
yeah, I might be old and washed up, and my fighting days are behind me, but goddamn it, what kind of tough guy goes in the cafe and tells everybody they don't think I'm that tough? They can whip my ass when I'm not there.
Clay's a stout old boy.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't want to have to fight him.
I mean, you shook his hand like he's all there, and his hands are huge.
His hands are all there.
He's a big guy, and he was fucking mean.
They don't make men like that much anymore. He's one of the people that, there's a lot of people that say, he could have lived 100 years ago. Clay really could have. There's not very many people that, there's a lot of guys that are pretty tough old boys and they can go back, but Clay could have made it 100 years ago and been fine.
Did y'all do any good?
We killed one. And then it got real windy.
Oh.
So I think we made 3 sets maybe, and then it got real windy. So, but we killed one, and I shot a pig. We were just driving around, and they were running around, so I shot one.
Clay's a really good man. Really
he's
good
hilarious.
Man. We'll
too.
have him on again in the next month.
I don't know how many times we've had him on. I don't ever hear the same story twice out of him. Like Jeff will make him tell the one all the time, but like he's got stories for days, and they're all true. Yeah. Like we have people that listen from all over, and especially like in our local area. Not one time has anybody messaged Jeff and is like, "Yeah, that story you mentioned was bullshit."
Yeah.
Some of the places I was around. Some of the stories he had, I knew people that were there that because it's my same age group. One guy called and told me, he said, listen, Jeff, he said, if you have Clay on and he mentions me one more fucking time, y'all please take that shit out.
Yeah, that's what he told me. He said on his way home from that podcast, everybody was mad at him.
Yeah, he's not afraid to
I gotta get him on my passport number.
He is not afraid at all to mention his accomplices on his debauchery. So he's a good guy though. I'm glad you got hooked up with him though. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go hunt with him again. I tried to go one more time and it didn't work out.
But yeah, definitely make plans to come back out here. We loved having you out here. And what's your schedule like today? Was today like an off day or what?
No, I get there about 7 a.m. and kind of eat breakfast, do normal stuff, start kind of warming up, stretching. Stretches so I do all my stuff, and then you have team stretch. At about 10, I think, and then I threw just like play and catch, and then we did PFPs, which is position or pitchers fielding practice, I guess is what it stands for. Basic stuff, throwing it to first, covering first, and then did conditioning and my workout stuff to get ready for tomorrow, and then I did a little cold tub, and then I watched the game, and then I headed home.
Do you do the cold tub every day?
No, I don't. I do a contrast a lot of times. If I feel a little sluggish, I'll do it. But I don't. Sometimes, like in the mornings, I'll go warm up with a hot tub, and then I'll jump in the cold tub just as a little quick pick me up. But I'm only in there for like 4 seconds. But I think it's good. I think it can be overdone for sure. The cold tub train is it's going a little too fast right now, I think, but it is good for you if done
It
right.
is crazy, the cold tub craze right now. I took a cold shower every morning during hunting season. It definitely wakes you up. You're fucking alert whenever you get out of that thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you just basically fought off hypothermia. I would do it for 2 minutes. I'm not going in, for a long time. 2 minutes is all I could do. All I wanted to do. But you're definitely awake. You're definitely alert. Your energy levels are high. So if that's what you're, all these other benefits, I don't know. Maybe not. But it woke me up.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, what day of the season are you like, oh, this is a grind?
I don't know. So I did the daily thing, man. Like after Christmas, it's tough because so November you're excited that it's here, and then you get like a couple days at Thanksgiving, and then you go from Thanksgiving to Christmas, and you're going to get some days off at Christmas, but like after that, you're just like you're in it for the long haul. January is a long month, especially if the hunting's tough because it is a grind. And there's no end in sight. Like the only end is the end of the year. There's no break coming that you can see.
Was it good this year, January?
Parts of
January were really good.
The last 2 weeks of January were really good. The first 2 weeks were pretty tough just because it was so hot and kind of carried over from a mild December. But yeah, the last 2 weeks of the season were really good.
We had a great season overall, 7 out of 10.
But yeah, January is usually a tough month. Like if hunting's hard, like you notice the attitude out here. It's just because like no matter how the hunting is in November, December, you always know that you got a break coming up. January is just we're just in it. You just got to grab your nutsack and go.
We shot a lot of ducks in January, and that saved us. A lot of ducks.
Yeah, I noticed that some stuff y'all are posting that y'all are shooting some ducks.
We had a really good January. So, I mean, at the end of the January, we shot lugs. It was a good time. I hope we see you, but I hope I get to watch you on TV at the World Series. And I am going to watch some baseball when you're pitching. When you're not pitching, I will not be watching baseball. I'm not going to lie to you.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm also not watching. I'm not watching wrestling. I'm not watching tennis.
The Rock's back on.
I'm not
wrestling.
watching NBA.
The Rock Friday night.
That's how bad things are. Is he actually wrestling?
I think so. I think they got a whole comeback tour.
That tells you the whole sport of wrestling right there is when they had to bring a guy that's 50 years old out of retirement to.
Y'all been into wrestling? I never got into wrestling.
We were into wrestling. Don't fucking lie, Jeff.
When?
During the Stone Cold Rock days.
That was not wrestling. That was entertainment.
Yeah. See?
We went to Reunion Arena back before they imploded it, and I took the kids. And Andy, was he in 6th or 7th grade?
Probably right around there.
And we watched The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin fight, and they had the Godfather and the Ho Train and everything. It was absolutely one of the most enjoyable non-sporting event I went to because all the rednecks in the fucking stands with no teeth were fighting each other.
You talk about people watching.
Oh, it was
Go to
great.
a wrestling match and people watch.
Oh. And then people that get into that shit, I mean, they die over that stuff thinking that shit's all true, you know? And
I mean, the outcome is predetermined, but they do sustain a lot of injuries.
Oh, that's a tough man sport. Those guys are athletes. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But I would enjoy watching some wrestling. I don't care. I'd like to go midget wrestling. I would enjoy that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That would be very enjoyable.
You would too. In there.
You would too. You would like that.
Midget wrestling.
Have you ever seen it?
Midget wrestling.
Yeah,
just little clips on TikTok.
I love to see like.
No, you've never seen it in person.
No, it's got to be great. Isn't it?
I walked into a bar one night on 6th Street and they had it going, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. If you don't laugh at midgets, something's wrong with you. I mean, right there, you ain't got to be rude, but that's entertaining.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's fun.
Brad Williams, the comic, the midget guy. Have you seen him? He's great. He's hilarious. No. He's a midget comedian, and he talks about that. He said, "I laugh when I see other midgets. I mean, I love it. They get all mad when you call them midget. I'm too old now for new names because they change it all the fucking time. So whatever you calling them now, in 10, 15 years from now, that's going to be called. It's going to be bad to call them that. So I'm just sticking with what I called them when I was kids. But yeah, midget's great. And I would love to see a midget wrestling. Like I'd like to see Shaq have to wrestle like 7 midgets at the same time. Little fuckers crawling all over him and shit. It would be great. You would watch that, wouldn't you, Andy?
I've heard this. I'm trying to remember the question. It's like how many how many midgets do you think it would take you down or something like that? Or like how many that's what it was. How many 8-year-olds would it take to take you down?
Well,
yeah, I've heard this. Clay Reed said he'd whoop all
every
of them.
One of them.
That's what he said.
But midgets are different.
Yeah.
There's some of them little suckers are strong. They get that little ass going and them little knobby knees. Better watch out.
The best part of the Wolf of Wall Street is when they're talking about, like, because they're going to do midget throwing, and they're like, you can't look them in the eyes. Like, you always got to, like, look at their forehead or look at their chin or something. Like, you look at them directly in the eyes, and, like, they're little wires. They get crossed in there, and they'll just go haywire on you.
Would you do a midget toss?
I wouldn't want to embarrass
Would
myself.
you do a midget toss?
Because I'd miss the board or, get something bad. And
would you, Bryce?
I don't know. I bet they're not live.
No, they're not.
You
If you went to a bar and they were doing that, would you do it? Partake?
I don't know. Probably not. I feel like it'd be me.
See there?
But you would film it and watch it, right?
I wouldn't film it.
No, I'm not a filmer. I don't know.
Would you watch it?
I'd assume watch it.
Yeah. Everybody would watch it. It's just
Andy's wedding. We had a chance to do this. We had a chance to have
we didn't.
midgets. And Jesse's my daughter-in-law and her mom canceled it. But I asked the guy about hiring some midgets to come here to do the food and everything. He's like, "Oh man, they'll do anything you want." He goes, "We even got a deal where you can do midget tossing." I thought this will be the greatest wedding ever. And they said, "No, we can't do it." That's a wedding everybody would have talked about. Man, we went out to the wedding out there at the lodge and they were tossing midgets and had a couple of kegs going.
We missed out.
I'm telling you, we could do this again. Y'all could renew your vows. We could do it.
No, not happening.
See if we can get Shaq to come wrestling.
All right, dude, we're gonna let you go. I know you got a lot of shit to do out there, so stay in touch. It's your busy season, but it's our off season. And then we'll see you out here in November if we don't see you before then, bud.
And let me know which one of my people out here that's employed here is the first person trying to get free shit out of you this summer, please.
Because they will not be employed out here.
I've talked to Blake. I've talked to Josh.
Oh, those are the two that would go after you first.
Yeah, that checks out.
No. I talked to them, but I don't even know. I follow the other guys on Instagram, but I don't know that I've talked to them. But I've talked to them too. I actually kind of sneaky talked to Josh. Like, I guess I probably talked to him like four or five times maybe. I've talked to him a few times.
He's a talker.
Because, I mean, he's just in Frisco.
Yeah, he's a super nice kid. I love him to death. I'm hoping he's going to come back for one more year. He's growing up, and I wish him the best because I really like him a lot. He's a good kid. My grandkids are going to miss him so much. He is so good with my grandsons.
Yeah.
He's a really good kid, and he works hard.
Blake's funny as hell.
But he'll be the one trying to hit you up for some tickets, though, right off the bat. I can tell you right now. Because last year he's like, "Oh, they play it in Texas?" I'm like, "Fucking don't ask for no fucking tickets."
Blake's like, Colorado, Denver's close. I can make it to a Rockies game.
No, different Blake.
Yeah.
Oh, Blake Williamson.
Blake Poppy wasn't here when he was here,
was he?
No.
No, it was William.
Yeah.
Today's Jeff's birthday. Jeff's 14 years old today.
Yep. Leap year, baby.
Happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
Leap year, baby. So I had to get that in there before we ended. 14.
I can masturbate now.
All right, Bryce, take care of yourself out there. It's going to be a long season, so take care, stay ahead of everything, and give them hell out there, bub.
I will. And if y'all have fun in Mexico, and if y'all come to Atlanta or whatever, just give me a shout.
If you're at a baseball game and you hear some fucker being real cantankerous in the stands, it's a fat, bald-headed guy with a woman with him.
Jeff Stanfield.
That would be Michelle and her husband, Jeff. So, anyways.
Okay, well, you have to let me know, though, because you remember I got to tell you where to stay in Atlanta because you're scared.
You let me know because I will need to do that because I don't foresee me being in Atlanta for any reason at all, but I wouldn't be surprised if you're playing somewhere else in another city and I'm there.
Do you play in Texas this year?
There you go. No, they come to us in Atlanta.
Do y'all go to?
We
play in Boston?
I don't know. We played in Boston last year. I know we play in Houston, which I know that's a long way.
Fuck that place.
Yeah, we play. I don't know if we play in Boston.
We're going to be in Boston this summer, and we're going to be somewhere else this summer.
When are y'all going to be in Boston?
June. Sometime in June we'll be in Boston. I don't have the dates right on me, but we're going to be in Boston for a couple of days.
Let me look.
If we're in Boston same time, I'll buy you lunch. You come have lunch with us because there's like 12 of us. We're not going to be able to go to a game, 12 of us, but I will sure buy you.
June. We're in Boston June 4th and 5th.
That might be the same time.
remember.
If we're in Boston same time you are, we'll buy you dinner. You come eat with us, eat lunch with us.
Okay.
At Union
plan.
Oyster House. I'll buy your dinner. Be good to see you.
Okay.
All right, bud. You be safe.
All right.
Figure it out.
Sounds
Stay in touch, bud. Good luck this season.
All right.
See you, Bryce.
Thank you. I
Thank you.
appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
World needs more pro athletes like him.
He's a cool dude.
He's a really nice man.
Like,
really nice, humble kid.
Humble, like to the core. I mean, hard worker. Like he's
an overall good person.
Yeah.
You can really, really tell.
Really cool guy.
So I sure hope he has another good year. His mom and daddy are so proud of him.
That's right.
I couldn't imagine watching you guys play pro baseball on TV.
You get to watch me plenty.
But
same pride, Jeff. Swelling with pride.
I am very proud of you. You're a very good person also.
We got to go.
I could borrow money off of you then.
Yeah.
We got to get. Your wife just needed my passport. Let's go. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Watch for deer. Check out all of our sponsors. Go check out Dirty Duck Coffee, Dive Bomb Industries, Pacific Calls, BHP25 is a promo code, Boss Shot Shells, MLR Graphics, Mallard Bay, Shin Gear, Looking Glass Podcast, Lucky Duck, Ducks Unlimited, Double T British Kennels, Mossberg, Stanfield Outfitters, Hemp Hill Farm, BHP is the promo code there, and Alpha Outdoor Specialties.